Hermann von Helmholtz was a German physicist. He was born on August 31st, 1821 in Posen, Germany. Hermann was greatly influenced by the philosophers of his time as a child due to his exposure to philosophy from his family connections. In his later life, he linked his work to the philosophies of two German philosophers, Fichte and Kant. They both hypothesized about the perception of human experiences in consciousness. As a result, most of Hermann's inventions revolved around those two subjects. Hermann was originally interested in studying natural science. However, due to the financial support Germany was providing for medical students, he was coerced into taking medical courses at the Châtelet by his father. Yet, he did not give up on learning natural sciences and took interest in many fields, including theoretical physics. After graduating in 1842, Hermann became a military surgeon from 1843 to 1848. Then he became an associate professor of physiology at the Prussian University of Königsberg from 1849 to 1855. Then he became a professor of anatomy at the University of Bonn from 1855 to 1858. He was unhappy there, however, and transferred to the University of Heidelberg, where he held the position professor of physiology from 1858 to 1871. Then he finally moved to Berlin, where he became the professor of physics from 1871 to 1894. During his time as a professor, Hermann researched in many fields and invented quite a few machines. One of his most famous and important achievements was the physics treatise on the conservation of energy. He stumbled upon the idea while studying muscle metabolism in 1845 when he realized that there was no energy being lost. Then, using the work of several of his predecessors, he created the theory that all types of energy are a manifestation of a single force. From there, he wrote the book on the conservation of force, and using his theory, he also claimed that there was no difference between the energy of living beings and non-living beings. This contradicted the philosophy that was popular at the time called natural philosophy, which stated that there was a vital force exclusive to living beings that non-living objects didn't have. Yet, no one was able to disprove Helmholtz's theory, so his idea replaced the old philosophy. Helmholtz was also an inventor. He invented the ophthalmoscope, an instrument used to examine the inside of the human eye. He became famous almost overnight due to it, and he published the Handbook of Physiological Optics, which contained theories about the different aspects of sight that were later enhanced in the mid to late 20th century. Hermann also invented the Helmholtz resonator, which identifies the various frequencies of the pure sine wave components of complex sounds containing multiple tones, or in short, determine which frequencies were present in certain sounds. To go along with his invention, he also published On the Sensations of Tone, which was a foundational work on acoustics and the perception of sound. Some of Hermann's best work were not done by him alone. He participated in proving that Euclidean geometry does not describe the only possible visualizable and physical space. He also was partly responsible for the shift to the field theory, not to mention the vortex equation for fluid dynamics, the notion of free energy in thermodynamics, and etc. However, most of his work is too difficult for the general public to understand, so this video will have to conclude here. Thank you for watching.